Mulholland Drive is a 2001 crime noir mystery film directed by David Lynch. Originally, it was meant to be a pilot TV show on ABC, but when the network dropped the idea, Lynch decided to just make it its own movie. Anyway, let's start. The plot of this film revolves around two women: Rita, played by Laura Herring, the only survivor of a deadly car crash, and Betty, played by Naomi Watts, an aspiring actress who comes to LA in pursuit of her big break. Together, these two women form a unique bond as they help each other out on their journey. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, there's also a tiny purple box, a sketchy cowboy, and a creepy grinning old couple. Even though this isn't the most straightforward plot, there was still something about it that made me curious enough to want to know more about this strange world David Lynch was presenting us. And honestly, this is probably one of the most cleverly written scripts of the 2000s, at least next to Requiem for a Dream. Have you seen any other film from this time period that had the same stunning visuals as well as the same ominous tone? And the way this all plays out still manages to yet make some sense. This plot may seem like Lynch's most complex watch. However, there was still a lot underneath the surface of this movie that made me think of the movie long after it was over. I give plot an A+. Next is acting. Everyone was pretty good for the most part, but I have to give the gold to Naomi Watts. Not only did she do a fantastic job with the role, but it was also the role that pushed her further into stardom. And I can see why, because her performance was almost on par with Toni Collette's performance in Hereditary. This was another role that required a lot of emotional dedication, and holy shit, Naomi Watts practically becomes a different person in the end after all the hell she goes through. After everything that she goes through, and some of it is hell indeed. I give acting an A. Finally, directing. Easily one of the most unique aspects of this movie. I'm not going to say much because I just want you to experience it for yourself, because even for David Lynch, this is probably the most Lynchian of all his films, and honestly, I kind of dig that. In short, direction gets an A. Now, why does it get an A, you may ask? No, it isn't just because Lynch directed it, you goofballs. But it's the fact that the movie is very complex at face value, but the direction makes it seem like it all makes sense somehow, as if there's an ominous familiarity resting underneath the depths of this movie. Overall, Mulholland Drive is a truly unique film that can have even the most picky cinephiles intrigued. It's a complex web of mysteries and a horrifying den of nightmares waiting to be solved, and I give it an A+. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and sub for more content.